Hello everyone and welcome to EGFH Fall 2019 Week 7 for Rocket League. Today we have a best of 5 match between the Sheehan Titans and the Ludlowe Falcons. I of course want to thank our wonderful sponsors, the Yukon School of Engineering and the Yukon Gaming Club, for helping make this season possible. Today I will be solo casting for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams play as per usual. And if we take a moment here to go over the teams' compositions at the moment, that was the word that I was looking for. On the Sheehan Titans, we have their starters Walker, Tip, and Wool, with their in-game leader actually Mixo subbing. And on the side of the Ludlowe Falcons, the starters are Jennifer, Seb, and Bop. So we will be starting this game very, very quickly now, as both of the teams are about to be prepared, and we'll hop to a quick momentary break whilst we wait. Thank you all for, and I apologize once again for the slight delay. And we are back, everybody, as we get into game one. We have the Ludlowe Falcons in blue and the Sheehan Titans in orange here. And again, as I said, I'll be solo casting today, and I'm looking forward to it. I always enjoy seeing these two teams play. We are into week 7 now, so next week is our final week before we take a break and start moving into playoffs. So these last few games kind of do determine a few things at the moment, as I believe most of the teams, or at least these two teams, have I think there's a 1-game difference, and I believe that's towards the Ludlowe Falcons are 1 game ahead. So if the Titans manage to tie this up, we could actually see some, it could be quite interesting seeing how that ties up into playoffs here. But Type the God here, taking the ball, trying to run it down. Janify managing to clear it away, bounce it up the rebound. Tip the God, or Type the God. The Type or Tip every time. I think it's Tip the God, and we've just been saying Type the God. It is Tip the God. So Tip the God there, getting a little bit of a good tap there. Bop managing to get it away from the Titans, as Janify now taking control. It does get stolen away as Python goes for a shot onto the goal. An attempt was made to save it, but that is going to be goal number 1 going towards the Sheehan Titans here. And if we take a look at this, Bob was going for the boost, didn't have enough time, and then Seb was slightly too fast, I want to say, on that save. He just overshot it from what I saw on that replay there. Walker getting a nice tap, centering it, but Seb is already there, clearing it out with a banger of a shot, getting it set up, trying to look for that center for his team. A nice little pop there, but it is cleared away by Walker. Walker now going to be running it down the corner. Bop going for the contest, manages to succeed as he sees Python trying to set up. He plays it very patiently, loses on that 50-50. Janify here trying to find something kind of stuck in the air. He was out of boost. No options there. Seb setting it up central here. Does get cleared by a good lob from Walker. Oh, Janify and Bot both going for it. They both get a little bit of a tap. Centering it center field there. As Janify gets the follow-up, it hits the sidebar. Centering it back up. It almost looked like it was soaring for the Falcons there as they almost scored their first goal of the game. But it was cleared away and saved by the Titans here as a pass gets sent to Walker slightly too high there. Wasn't prepared for it. Seb now centering it for his team, hitting the ceiling, bouncing off the ceiling. Bop using the bounce, gets a shot. It's going to hit the sidebar no matter what there, but we did have two of the Titans in defense there, ready to clear that as soon as it almost got close to scoring there, and they were successful in that. As a nice long shot comes out from Seb. Seb goes for the 50-50. The read isn't made, and he hits the crossbar. Bob tries to follow it up. Or the back and forth for the moment. That was unbelievably unfortunate for Seb, as he did have the correct read on the 50-50, but then chipped it up and actually caused it to hit the crossbar. War Python here looking to play it patiently. Defensive with Tip the God as Bop bounces it, sets it up for his teammate. Seb gets a lovely little tap, but it goes a bit too far to the right as Janify dunks it over Wall Python. Now using it with the double tap, going for a bit of a bounce or a flip reset against that wall as the ball. Seb coming in with a fierce amount of speed. Bot followed it up. It taps against Python's roof there, and it does once again hit the crossbar. That is the name of the game for the Falcons at the moment, is hitting the crossbar, because that's all it seems to be doing, unfortunately for them. Soaring ever so slightly too high. 1 minute 45 left onto the clock at the moment, and we are only seeing a single goal coming out. This could be the Falcons trying to find something there, but once again, there's no follow-up. Bop being ready there to counteract the attempted clear from Tip the God, but not full. And Bop, unfortunately, they're not lining up with the ball as he tries to double flip over it and knock it, center it. Tip the God there gets a nice little tap. Managing, I say little, he clears it pretty far, but the momentum on his car was not quite as the amount you'd expect for that kind of clear, as Janify there manages to save the goal from Walker. Walker trying to play a really aggressive play there. They kind of bump back and forth. A tap comes out from Janify, the aerial shot, I should say, and doesn't find it once again. They center it back up using the ceiling. It does center up really well as they go for the shot, and they are able to find it, tying it up 1-1 as you just hear the buzzer for 1 minute left. Oh, what a good read coming out there. There was again, it was a bit of a 50-50. Janify could have dunked it and tried to like bap it below and bounce it, or he could have just gone for the straight shot. There was a read by, I believe, Wall Python. It wasn't the correct read, but again, in a 50-50 scenario, it's one or the other. And unfortunately, this time he flipped the wrong side of the coin. As Seb centers it up really well there. None of his teammates around, though, to try and make that happen there. Janify going for a bit of an interesting decision to jump. Seb clearing it for his team here. Type the God trying to get a bicycle kick. Does get pushed away by Seb. Setting him up perfectly there to use some nitro. Managing to... Oh, I was about to say managing to clear it there. Bop does steal it away. Centering it for his team as the Falcons go to take a shot. Janify just doesn't get the angle that he was looking for. And once again, I believe that was shot 5 that almost went in for the Falcons. Not quite finding its mark. Again, another attempt there. Type the... Or tip... Oh. Yep. Tip the God managing to get it away, save that attempt, as we are going to go into overtime in game number 1. There was that nice Beat Saber boost coming out, which is, you know, I love me some Beat Saber. As now we're going to start off with this 50-50 kickoff. Seb manages to win it. It's like the God chases after it. Wall Python already on the side. Goes for that side shot. Saved by Bop. He's going to once again try and set it up. Goes to Tip the God. Tip the God centers it for his team. Janify tries to get it away, though. They do not want this ball centered for the opposition. Seb looking to find it. It's a bit of a clown fiesta as the double commit comes out from the Falcons. Tip the God here trying to flip forward there, gain that momentum, not allow them to set it up. And he is in at right place, right time as he gets a nice little pass from Wall Python. And player number 3 from the Titans at the moment, nowhere to be seen. Oh, and there's going to be... I believe, yeah, we didn't see Walker there for practically the entirety of that. That was mostly Tip, and I guess Walker was in goal there, but was reversing for an interesting way. And that is going to be game number 1, going towards the Ludlowe Falcons, winning it in overtime. So good on them. You know, you getting it to overtime is always fun for both teams. You get to see a bit more. If we look over the stats at the moment, yeah, there was plenty of shots from the Falcons there. What, that was 10 shots and only 2 goals. So we will be very quickly here coming back to this screen as we get into the next game. That was really, really enjoyable. And we are playing a best of 3 or best of 5 series. So the first team to 3 games will be our victor this time around, as per usual. And whilst we wait for these teams to prepare, we will hop to a quick break. Thank you all. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Yukon Gaming Club and the Yukon School of Engineering, for helping make these seasons possible. We'll see you momentarily. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we hop into game 2 of Rocket League here. Immediately starting off, the Ludlowe Falcons are 1 ahead. Get a nice little shot there. Managed to get it off the kickoff. And goal number 1 is going to, 3 seconds in, immediately scored by the Falcons. I mean, you can't be too upset about that. Oof. And that's going to be goal number 1 coming out for the Falcons. 3 seconds in, like I just said. That's a tremendous lead for them, as we saw how little Tip the God here seems to be having some issues. I've not been notified that they're having any issues. Oh, but I can't pause the game in Rocket League, so I can't say if yeah, I have no idea, so I'm just going to keep casting. He is back now. If that was the case, I'm not entirely sure on what was happening just then, but now the man is back. Tip the God. As we are 30 seconds into this round, we see the Falcons manage to make a save. This is what it's about, right? Playing defensive, rotating around. Your rotations are so very important. Seb setting up ball, trying to set up Janify to clear the ball, but a lot of pressure coming out from the Titans. Gets a very good center lob there. Mixo in the air, manages to deny all momentum as it's immediately shot back by Wall Python. Boy Python gets a shot there, bit onto the crossbar, goes for another one. Seb is ready, but Mixo in retort manages to clear it away. Oh, and I believe there was a substitution there, maybe a bit of miscommunication, but Mixo is now playing over one of his teammates there. Walker has been subbed out for Mixo. Janify getting a good hit there. Unfortunately, going a bit too far as that was... Well, I mean, it would have gotten past both of the defenders. Bop setting it back up. Manages to get it. And that's going to be the second goal coming out for the Falcons. I mean, going from game 1, where it was a, what, 3-goal game, and that was a classic overtime. So it was 1 goal apiece for 5 minutes, and then the overtime goal. 2 goals within a minute 19 seconds is a absolutely enormous difference compared to what we saw last game. The Falcons are really starting to turn up the heat, and they're going, right, we got 1 game. We're just going to try and keep this going. Get a nice, get a nice good lead. 2-game lead and a best of 5 is the best situation you could be in other than winning. Seb here looking to center. It does get dunked on by Wall Python. Well, that wasn't really a dunk, but does get cleared by Wall Python. Janify passing it to Bop. Bop chipping it over Tip the God. Mixo saying no, 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 and that was a dunk. Managing to clear it away. Wall Python trying to get in possession of this ball for his team, as Janify and Seb are both saying, you know what, we'll bounce it back for a bit. Bop flying out. Bit of miscommunication as they leave their goal open. A shot being made by Tip the God. And, oh, sorry, Mixo, assisted by Tip the God. And that's going to be goal 1 for the Titans. Only a goal behind, 3 minutes left on the clock. More than possible to catch this up. Now, once again, returning to this kickoff, we do see the Titans winning it as Janify goes for the boost, plays it patiently, waits patiently for his the opposition there, but Bop jumping in maybe a bit too early. Oh, okay. There's a lot of aerials going on at the moment, but not too much actually happening with the ball itself, as Janify manages to chip it past Mixo. Type the God, clearing it past. Oh no, knocks it straight up. Bop almost managing to capitalize on that mistake and make a shot for his team, but they do manage to recover just in time, as Seb here is looking to try and clear the ball away, gain ball control for his team. As at the moment, it's very back and forth. Although, oh, okay. Right, the double tap coming out from Bob there. Almost trying to get, it almost looked like he was trying to flip reset by a ball rebound on the wall. And that's fair, you know, go for those ball bounces. Oh, okay. All right, Seb's playing very patiently. Was waiting for the ball to head towards him there. Possibly watching the goal at the same time. Right, getting it past, managing to get it past one of the defenders. Bop manages to bop it straight past another one. Using the ceiling, tries to go for a ceiling shot there. A bit of a guillotine shot. Using that ceiling to rebound it off, set himself up. It was saved very, very well by Mixo. Oh, Bop once again trying to find those weird and funky angles for his team, but not quite hitting as well as he'd like to. Bop here clears it out. Tip the god staying back, making sure that nobody's going to clear the ball, and there's nobody in defense, right? They're always keeping one in defense. They don't want to give the Falcons another goal lead. As we see Bop here clear it away once again. These are just big clears after big clears at the moment. Neither team wanting the ball in their side of the field. As Bob sets it up to Janify. Janify actually wasn't prepared for that. It was quite a weird pinch coming up between two players. Setting it up once again. Center field there. Type the God uses his flips. Bob goes for it. Janify tries to reset it back up there. Oh, and a good save coming out from Wall Python, as now Type the God is saying, all right, maybe it's my go. Oh, Mixo flipping back, going for the bicycle kick, back to Janify. Wall Python and Bob trying to contest it. Type the God also not quite finding it. Bob actually clearing it away from the goal. Oof, this is a bit of a clown fiesta. It's a very fun casting clown fiesta, but at the moment, there's a lot of triple commits going on to this ball, which is not what you want to be seeing by either team. Okay, right, Bob trying to fight for control. Tip the God there, getting a good bounce, getting past one defender. They go for the shot, not going to be able to make it with Janify there being that dedicated goalkeeper at the moment. Bob and Janify are both trying to keep it away. 1 second left onto the clock. All the Falcons need to do is get this ball on the ground. All the Titans need to do is get a unbelievably good shot. And oh no, Seb try to keep it in the air for a second there. And Falcons are going to win game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Oof. Again, now being 2 goals up, this is the exact position the Falcons want to be in. They want to be able to say, okay, now we've got a bit more of the lead. We should be able to try and bring this out properly. And yeah, so as we hop into another quick break as these teams get set up, we'll see you momentarily. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we hop into game number 3 for this best of 5 match between the Ludlowe Falcons and the Sheehan Titans. Both of the players now ready. The countdown begins to this kickoff as we are finally moving towards it here. This could be match point for the Ludlowe Falcons. Can they find that early lead they did in that second game, or are they going to leave the goal open for the Titans to try and run it down? Seb getting our first demolition of this entire set, 2 games in, and that's the first demo we've seen. Oh, Janify getting a nice, actually, is that going to go in? Okay, oh yeah, right, Tip the God just managing to save it there. A good angle coming out from Bob, a nice 45-degree angle shot, trying to, you know, lowball it in, not go for anything too fancy. As now there seems, once again, there seems to be a bit of confusion as they try and clear that ball out of the corner between Seb and I believe that was Was that Bop? Or, no, that was Janify, wasn't it? It was, yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, Janify there. Bit of miscommunication. Mixo, oh, missing the ball. Tip the God, trying to find it, gets a good tap. It is going to go slightly too far. For people who don't play too much Rocket League or don't know too much about it, the ball actually can't curve. That is an effect caused by the camera. So when somebody makes a hit and it looks like it curves away, unfortunately, they've just hit it at too tight of an angle or too loose of an angle. So it's always interesting to take that into mind because I think the brain kind of, you know, makes you think that it curved out, but that's literally not a part of the physics of the game. Janify now, oh, trying to save it. It does get chipped over him and it hits that sidebar as Seb just manages to save it. That was unbelievably close, and we could have seen the Titans taking a lead. Yeah, we could have seen Titans taking a lead since that first game where they scored the first goal. Now, Ixo looking to make something happen with Tip the God here. Tip the God manages to get it off of Seb, playing it patiently. Bob actually misses it. I don't know if that was on purpose, but now it's bouncing in front of their goal, and Seb centers it back up. Okay, but Tip the God there, not quite getting the angle, which is the sentence of the day. Bull Python clearing it out, trying to get it past the defenders, manages to get a bounce, sets it back up. Bob ready to bop it out. Oh, all right, Tip the God here, gets knocked out, has no boost, kind of stuck in his air, left flailing to his own devices as Mixo centers it back up, chips it up to the top there. Tip the God there, going to clear it with some boost. A big clear comes out from Janify as it does go in. Goal number 1 is going to be towards the Ludlowe Falcons. Now we see the Titans really kind of in a tough position, right? Because they need to score and then they need to win this game. And they need to win next game, and then they need to win the game after that to bring this set back. You never want to be 2 matches down in a best of 5. It's just, it's not pretty. It's not where you want to be, or it's exactly where you want to be. You bring it back 3-0 with the reverse sweep, and everybody is amazed, which is always fun to see. And if anybody has been tuning in to our Big East Invitational that we do stream on Sundays at 12 EST, we saw that last week. So it does happen. And Mixo there using some boosts, trying to, I think he was trying to set himself up for his teammate, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. As we see the Falcons trying to make another goal, it does get passed immediately to Wall Python, and then it's shot out from him, trying to make that connection. Seb going for this aerial, looking for the flip reset, didn't have enough boost to catch up to the momentum, as now it's Janify and Wall Python on it. Tip the God managing to get it over one of the defenders, pushing it past the second defender, Janify there. As now Mixo and Janify, both team captains, duking it out, trying to set up their team. Seb looking to connect, bops Wall Python out of the air, making sure he doesn't get a connection there. As the goal's left open and the ball is just going to roll in, bringing it 1-1 with 1:28 left onto the clock here. Now we're on even footing again. It could go into overtime. I have a feeling the next goal, no matter what, is probably going to decide it, unless we see 2 super quick goals. And I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing where this one goes. Now, setting it up. Type the God. Passing it to Wall Python. Wall Python setting it up. Centers it for his team. Seb is going to be ready there. Some shots are going to be made. And the Sheehan Titans get a very quick second goal. 14 seconds with 116 kilometers per hour on the momentum of that ball. That was a lot of touches coming out at the end. That was 4 cars, which is 1 more than an entire team assisting on that goal. Once again, the 50-50 comes off. Janify clears it really well. Mixo and Tip the God there trying to do it. Janify getting 1 tap, setting himself up in the center. Bop tries to go for it, but actually just flies straight past the ball, as I do imagine we'll see Seb sitting in goal. Yeah, sitting on that boost, playing patiently, ready to clear it. Doesn't make the clear, however, as Bop does. Bop now trying to get it past the defenders. Wall Python says, no today, sir. We're going to try and at least take one of these points. We're not getting 3-0'd so easily, as Mixo taps it back to Janify. But Janify wasn't ready for a team to an opposition to assist him. Bob going for the shot. Wall Python clears it away at the moment. All the Titans need to do is play this patiently, play this defensively, not do anything too aggressive. No triple commit. Probably no double commits for the ball. Seb getting a shot. A lob is going to come out from Type the God here. Does hit the ceiling. Isn't lined up to go into the goal, but it pretty safe to say it would have been saved anyway. Janify looking for the flip reset, doesn't make it. Seb getting the rebound, setting himself up. It's stolen away by Wall Python. Now Bob trying to clear it. The rebound off the crossbar does happen. 10 seconds left onto the clock. It's all or nothing for the Falcons, trying to bring it into overtime at the moment. Wall Python tries to set it up. It's the last second. If the ball touches the ground, we are going to a game 4, ladies and gentlemen. Here it goes. Tip the God, trying to find that goal. Does set it up really, really well. So much pressure is on the Falcons at the moment as the goal, or as the ball does touch the ground, and we will be going to a game number 4. Remember what I said about reverse sweeps? It's entirely possible that we see that happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the Sheehan Titans taking their first point this game. And as we have been doing every single set, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the UConn School of Engineering and the UConn Gaming Club, as we hop to another quick break. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we hop into the next game of our best of 5 series. The Ludlowe Falcons were up 2 games and were immediately shut down from their 3-0 dreams by the Sheehan Titans there. It was quite a close game. It came down to the last seconds as we almost saw an immediate goal coming out from Seb once again. A super duper long shot there. He proper lobbed that in. But it was wonderfully saved by the Titans here, as this could be a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is really, really even now. And this is what I say. From the start of the season to now, the amount of difference that comes from coordination and teamwork and just getting used to each other and playing against the opposition is huge. Each week is a bunch of practice, and gaining that knowledge is super duper important. So now these teams have played against each other pretty consistently for the past 7 weeks, or 6 weeks. This is the 7th week, as they kind of understand how the opposition plays. They can adjust their plays for it, and that's what we should be seeing each game, is these micro decisions from the last game constantly adjusting to each other, which causes them never quite to adjust. But they end up playing much, much closer, and that's why scrimming is super duper important as well. But as I was chatting there was a lot of back and forth coming out from our players. Nothing super important happening. A few attempted goals, but none quite connecting. We are already... Oh, and as I say that... Oh, there we go. Janify finding the first goal for the Ludlowe Falcons. I mean, just as I said that no goals being made, there was almost a fantastic save coming out here, but unfortunately just bounced in. That was a super cool effect. I don't think I've ever seen that goal effect before. obviously I had prior in the season, but I just wasn't paying attention to it. As a shot is made by the Sheehan Titans there off of that kickoff. Almost goes straight into the goal as well. Wall Python now on, you know, trying to get an assist there. Tip the God, not quite making it. Mixo trying to follow it. This is Seb's chance. If Seb manages to get it past the opposition, which he isn't able to, all he had to do was get it past one more defender. That would have been a nice open goal, as all three of the Titans were way too pushed out. Okay, a bit of a back and forth at the moment as both teams fight for ball control. They managed to get past one of the defenders, but Wall Python does clear it. I mean, at the moment, there is a lot of dead time, a lot of back and forth. We're seeing the Titans putting on a lot of pressure, but they managed to slip their way out of it, as Falcons often do. You know, that analogy, didn't quite hit the mark, but the Falcons might, as they put on a triple commit pressure here, one after the other, as a barrage of punches trying to outplay the Titans. But the Titans are Titans and do manage to see through the opposition's attempts there to score a goal, saving every single quick consecutive shot. Right, Wall Python here looking to be a little tricksy there. Didn't quite get the harsh angles that he was looking for the boost to move him. It didn't quite work in his favor as Mixo overshots the ball. Oh no, but Wall Python was ready, and as his goal effect says, he just kind of splashed right in. I mean, look at him, he just kind of sneaks in, he cha-cha slides, manages to find that. Bop didn't even see it coming. I saw him reacting just after the ball was hit. And yeah, that's not gonna be good enough, as Bob goes for the fadeaway, passing it to Janify off of the kickoff. Janify goes for the rebound, recenters it to Seb. Seb sets it up in the corner, tries it get it past the opposition, taps the ceiling, goes for a bit of a guillotine, gets cleared away from that as Tip the God now goes full force into that, proper lobs it. Managing to give it, you know, it was a bit of a booming shot, as Tip the God here recenters it for his team. Mixo in the air. Mixo tries to make a shot. Whiffs the shot, unfortunately. Wall Python trying to set it back up for his team. Janify centering it. All three of the Falcons now pushing together. Does get past one of the defenders. Gets past two of the defenders off of Bop there. Seb rotating back for his team. Grabbing the boost. Getting ready to defend this. Janify takes on the opposition head on. There's a lot going on at the moment. Wall Python recenters the ball, goes to set it up. We see, I believe that was Janify higher up in the sky, ready for it. Seb getting it past one, getting it past two. The shot almost made, but Wall Python clears it away before Janify can do it. And now the Titans, all they have to do is roll the ball in, as there was a absolutely horrific accident there. If we rewatch this, I don't know if the camera is going to see it. Unfortunately, it's not. We actually saw Janify and I believe Seb bump into each other and completely stop all of their momentum that would have possibly let them catch up to the ball. 2 goals up now, 50 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We could be going to a round 5. And I mean, what a way for week 7 to go, right? Getting to a 5th game after most of these games have been maybe we get to round 4. Like, but that's like a maybe. Mostly we've seen 3-0s. So this is a phenomenal improvement from last week. And I mean, the week before that, and last week was a phenomenal improvement before that. So, I mean, I guess we're just following the course of history as it's shown, repeating itself. Bop here, looking to set it back up. 20 seconds left onto the clock. This is the Falcons' do or die moment if they don't want to be put into a possibly set losing situation. 10 seconds left onto the clock. It's do or die for the Falcons at the moment, and I'd say also for the Titans. But the Titans are in a pretty cushy spot. All they need to do is not let this ball go in. This is going to be their last ditch effort here. 1 second left onto the clock. Seb tries to make the dream happen. Bob bops it into the air. Seb commits. Janify commits. They both miss and the ball touches it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to game number 5. Oof. What a absolutely phenomenal set. It looked like the Falcons were going to take it 3-0, but we have seen a complete flip as we almost see the reverse sweep happening. I said we saw it in Collegiate in the Big East Invitational last Sunday, and we might see it again here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly what I want to be seeing. That was down to the wire close. So Here we go. We are immediately jumping in. I'm not even going to get a chance to catch my breath. And honestly, I don't think I want to, as these teams now get ready to start. Now coming in, Seb and Mixo going for the kickoff. We do see the Titans winning it. Janify trying. Oh, no, doesn't quite get the clear. Python taking this chance to his, trying to take advantage of the chance he's been given there. Unfortunately, it does falter as Seb now runs it down, gets the boost, tries to reset. Janify gets it back to him, setting it back up. Seb centering himself in case his captain can make a good play here. Oh, okay, a good rebound. We see the double commit, and it does succeed as Python gets a tap. Janify sitting back. Oh, so kind of, that was an interesting chip. Okay, he just kind of ran straight at it. I didn't see any tech as Janify goes for a shot. Oh, doesn't quite make it. Bop and Python both committing for that ball there. Neither player getting a definitive victory in that contest as Janify now tried to reset himself for the boost, tries to get Mixo off of the ball. Mixo sticks onto that ball, runs it down as Tip the God here, now gaining some momentum and use that aerial. Seb actually centers it. Janify says, okay, no, Seb, let's not have any of that. Whew. Right, Janify now recentering it back up for his team, getting a good clear. Mixo is ready, centers it back down. Bob goes for the hit, hits the crossbar. Seb hits it again. It hits exactly the same spot on the crossbar. I mean, at the moment, oh, okay, a demo coming out from Tip the God. Mixo trying to take it here. It's Bob and Mixo. Bob manages to win. It's Python and Python manages to win. I mean, these contest, these 50-50s, a bit of a fadeaway bait from Python. You did see in the background there, I believe that was Mixo ready to immediately charge the ball if that mistake did happen and the fadeaway, the bait did work. Now back into the corner. We're already 2 minutes into the round, ladies and gentlemen. It feels like it's been about 30 seconds. Whew. As Seb now clears it, managing to get actually a pretty good clear from where he was. Not using any boost. The bot, but steals it away, centers it up for his teammates. Oh, okay, and then it immediately gets cleared again. I mean, at the moment, like I've been saying, this is so back and forth with the ping pong. There's clear after clear. Neither team is comfortable with the ball being on their side of the field, as once again, the Falcons are now on the attack. They managed to get a nice little 1-2 bop as Bop bops it to Janify. That was a lot of bop. And Janify finds the goal. If you look here, Bop taps it. Janify taps it into the goal. All three of the Titans trying to make that save, but unfortunately, none of them finding it, as the Falcons will take the lead. Right, Bop now setting it up. Python actually centers it for the opposition. Oh, this could be horrifying as Janify is in a position, actually using his flip in a really weird decision there. I'm not quite sure what the decision was there, but we do see a Bop shot coming out. Python clears it. Python runs it down. You can see those Rocket League cubes from across the map from the boost as he flips. Even B-Saber cubes. Right, Janify here getting a tap, but it's immediately shut down by the Titans. Again, a lot of center field at the moment. A lot of center field action going on, which is a complete difference from what we have been seeing with these really big clears. Right, back to the side of the Titans. Seb in control. Then back to the side of the Falcons as Python is in control. At the moment, it's back and forth. And this could have been a mistake. But Mixo decides not to run it head on. Tries to set it up for his team. Plays it patiently. Knocks Seb away. Tip the God not going to be able to make it. But Python does make a shot. Janify managing to save it. Woo. All right. Clearing it back up. We're back in the center field. This tug of war is just not giving up. Either side is giving an inch, not taking a mile. And that inch is just going back and forth as Bob now in control. Tries to set it up for his team. Tries to go for the double commit with his captain Janify there, as they don't quite make it. He did run out of boost, unfortunately. He now back on the boost. Oh, all right. Goes to get it. Gets it up in the air. Tip the God here runs past the ball. Python is going to bounce it down. Passing it to Tip. Tip is going to try and recenter it. Mixo is prepared. And oh no! He just undershots the ball. I don't know if he was out of boost or what was happening there. But now the Falcons are back on attack. A minute left. Seb Oh, okay, all right. Seb deciding to let Bop get it. Bop gets it past one of the defenders. Seb bouncing it up there. Bop recentering it back up. Janify going for the shot. Doesn't quite find it, as we need to see one of the Falcons rotating back for his for that defending well. Bop hitting that sidebar, centering it back on nobody. If there was somebody to follow up there from the Falcons, we might have seen a goal, or a net total of 2 towards the Falcons. 20 seconds left on the clock at the moment. This is looking like a refresh of last game, as the Falcons are in the opposite situation where they needed 1 goal with 10 seconds left onto the clock. But can the Titans do what the Falcons could not? 5 seconds left. This is it. Do or die. 1 second. They get a nice little tap. Type tries. And that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, the Ludlowe Falcons taking the victory in round 5. They ran it all the way. The Titans tried to run it back the entirety there. They didn't quite hit the finish line, but they were at a massive disadvantage. Managed to bring it to round 5. And that was an absolutely fantastic game to watch. That was an absolute joy, as I would like you, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to week 7 of EGFH Fall 2019 with the Ludlowe Falcons taking the victory. You can tune in later tonight at, I believe, 7 EST for some Alaskan Overwatch, or tomorrow at 4:15 EST for our Eastern Region Overwatch. And you can follow us at officiallyGF on Twitter and Twitch for updates and announcements. And for the final time this stream, I'd like to thank our absolutely phenomenal sponsors, the Yukon School of Engineering and the Yukon Gaming Club, for helping make this season possible. My name has been Cavan Navik Dignan, and you can find me on Twitter at NavikCasts. And I will see you all later this evening, once again, with some Alaskan Overwatch.